In today's video, I am going to be breaking down Jalen Green and, of course, how he plays shooting guard in the NBA. Jalen Green is a fantastic up-and-coming player, so let's get down. Let's check him out. If you want to be able to shoot the basketball better, make sure to go check out the best shooting workout down in this description below. Okay, so in this first clip, he splits two defenders and he's able to go up with that reverse. How he's able to do this is when he is attacking, once he gets inside of that three-point line, he just takes that one dribble right there. Then he picks up that ball and watch what he does with his right elbow. He is able to remove that player from that situation with his elbow and moves that defender's arms up. This then allows him to keep that ball at his waist, which is not really preferred. In my opinion, you should have it a lot higher, but he is able to then finish at the rim while keeping that ball down low by using his off elbow to remove that defensive player. Here he uses fantastic footwork off the DHO to be able to hit that three-point shot. How he's able to do this is he catches that ball on the left, then he goes right, left, and then a little bit of a hop to go up into a shot. Now, while this may look like a travel to some, this really isn't. He doesn't really get that ball right until there, so he actually goes left, right into his shot after catching. You have to time getting that ball and your footwork. That is extremely important, timing your footwork with, of course, what's happening with the ball. As we can see here, he pushes off of his right foot, then goes left, right into his shot. Watch also what he is doing with his eyes. The entire time, right there, he is looking at that rim. He knows where that ball is with his peripheral vision so that when he goes up for that shot, he has that high release, elbow above his forehead, and soft release on the wrist, which gives him a really nice shot with some pretty good backspin. Now, one thing that he does here is something that a lot of players don't do. So here, he goes up for that block on the three-point shot, which is something that a lot of coaches will say not to do. However, if you do jump on a three-point shot to block the attempt, you need to jump to the side of the player, not into the player. Because now, if you can jump to the side, now, if you do get that block, your teammate will be able to get that ball, get it down court, and you'll be able to go for the massive slam. Now, he's able to do this because now, if you're trying to actually block a shot from the three-point line, or maybe you closed out super quick, you closed out with your arms up, if nobody is running back and you know that that ball is not going to make that shot, and you've got players who are in position to get that rebound, you can leak out. And if you're looking for that pass, you can get these easy layups or dunks all day long. Now here, when he's driving to the basket, what is he doing? Well, he's using his off arm because he has the open lane to the basket on the left side. He was able to size this up by doing a quick cross hop over towards that left side. By hopping over, if this player doesn't hop over to cut him off, then you can drive on this side. When you do this cross towards that left and this guy goes too far, that's when you take the opposite direction, draw a secondary defender, and kick it out for a three. However, here, he does this cross hop, and this defender does not hop over far enough to cut off that drive. So then, Jalen Green gets into that drive mode, gets his shoulders below the shoulders of his defender, uses his off arm to clear out the defender's arms, and then he attacks the rim with two dribbles. He then does a last penultimate step, and he's able to go up for that slam. Now, why this worked so well is because he's leading with his left shoulder along the baseline with a help side defender coming up. So that now when he turns and he plants that left foot, the ball will be either way out in front or towards the right side of him. The left shoulder is going to be protecting him from this player. So if that player was to try to cut off that dunk, he would still, should be anyways, able to get up for that dunk. Also, if you can dunk, I'm going to give you this secret right now. If you're attacking the rim super hard and the other team knows that you can dunk. So for example, if you were warming up with dunks, or you know that big clapping thing that teams do before a game and you go through a big slam, if you're attacking that rim hard, at the pro level, but especially at the high school level, guess what? If you're attacking that rim hard, you get down low with a massive penultimate step as we see here, that defense is not going to be there. They are going to move out of the way, as we see here. They may act like they're going to try and go for a steal just to make their coach happy, but I can almost guarantee you 90 out of 100 times that guy is just going to step out of the way and say, you know what, I don't want to be put on a poster. I don't want to be put on ball is life or whatever. You just go for your dunk and we'll come back down the court on offense. Now this is a move that David, one of the players that I coach, train, and as well as the nephew to my fiance, does this move quite often, and he gets to the rim all the time. When he attacks, he uses his off arm and he wants to try and get position, get his left shoulder in front of the right shoulder of his defender. And at that same time, he's trying to push that ball as far ahead as possible. Now, the reason for doing this is because now you're creating that distance between your defender and the ball, and it will cut down on dribbles to get to that rim. He'll take a last long penultimate step, usually go up with 2 feet. Here, Jalen Green goes up with 1 foot, and he's able to keep that ball high away from this help side defender for the finish at the rim. Now, if Jalen Green gets on a team with better three-point shooters, he could get a ton of assists by kicking that ball out to the corner on these help side defenders so that he could get a lot of assists. While this may be a high percentage at this part of his career, in 5 to 7 years, this is going to be a better option for him. So if they can put better shooters around him in the future, he'll be still a deadly player later on in his career. I also like the fact that when they kick that ball out to him, he takes that shot fake and he gets that defender into the air. Now this is a skill that is needed at the NBA level, but at the playoff time as well. So at playoffs, these mid-range shots are extremely important because they're going to be always running you off the three-point line. Not many players anymore train in the mid-range, which means that a lot of coaches will say either take a 3 or a dunk or a layup, and they usually say mid-range are bad shots. However, in the playoffs, there's going to be a lot of players jamming the key and a lot of players running you off the three-point line. And when that's the case, hitting these mid-range shots is extremely important. Jalen Green can do that. Now, if he makes it to the playoffs, he's going to be one deadly player. The one thing I will say is the passing. Yes, he does get assists, but by him driving just so much, he could create so many more opportunities for his teammates. And one of the things that a lot of coaches and trainers I've talked to say about the Rockets is that they don't pass that much. So with his ability to get to the rim at will, teams need to start, or at least will start, cutting off that paint to him. Now, while he may start pulling up for mid-range shots, it's going to be a better opportunity for him to be able to drive to the rim, really do collapse that defense and kick it out for a 3. Now, if the Rockets can surround him with some 38 plus, maybe 40% three-point shooting, he could be one deadly player in the future and one deadly team. Make sure to hit that like button, go down in the description, check out the hardest basketball shooting workout, and I'll see you guys again next time.